and the Jags, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. Room to run at the 50. Deontay Hardy. It's a foot race. Oh, he doesn't quite make it down at the 1-yard line. As close as he could possibly get, but still, what a return.
Wow, all week long in preparation for this game, you've preached how you're going to stop what they're going to throw at you. But to open up a game almost in goal line situation, I'm not sure that was on the top of their chart.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. Heals.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Justin Herbert keeping it himself from a yard out. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks, standing at 6'5".
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. Open man, that's Tillman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Now Jones. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Jaguars at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
That good for 22 and a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
On second down, McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 41 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. McCaffrey will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not six.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cedric Tillman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. On the draw, it's Harris. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
Well, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Herbert. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a first down carry for Harris. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He completes it to Jones.
Pass interference. Defense.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. That's swung out wide to Harris. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Elliott will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. He'll get this complete to Tillman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Back to throw. Jones. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Herbert. He gets this one to Burks. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air again, Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Herbert now. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Hunter Henry, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year not to take anything away from him. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Herbert. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I
see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Now Jones throwing on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again on second down. Jones. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Herbert back to the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's second down. A final shot before break. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we now go down, halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Now Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They start on the ground with Elliott. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Stopped by Jacorian Bennett from the 31. Here's 2nd down and 5. Now it's Herbert. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. Quick slant there gets him the 1st down. 6 yards on the play. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short pass caught by Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Again, Herbert. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Zay Jones from 8 yards out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 27, Jones, a short throw to Ingram. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Jones going deep for Diggs. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for them so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And a short pickup to about the 25. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off left tackle, it's McCaffrey. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Jags are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Christian McCaffrey
with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jaguars get a bit closer.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what?
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. McKenzie now to return it. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Ball at the 26. 2nd and 7.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 19-yard line. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Daniel Jones scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. With the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here. Otherwise, they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And Deebo going to have a Niners first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Herbert throwing again. Open man down the field is Henry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Elliott. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And able to get this out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 174 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and ball.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, Elliott.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down.
Open man, that's Tillman.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
Here's Hardy set to return.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offense.
Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Herbert now. And that's Elliott, complete. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Room here to run.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The run by Elliott, a good one on 1st down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Here's Jones.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the 49ers have...
So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining